Michael, what have you thought of this week so far, and different takeaways for you from how you've done here?
It's been a lot of fun, honestly, especially just going through it with a lot of guys I've played with in the past, or just getting to know a lot of new guys has been a lot of fun, and I mean the process has been good. I thought it's gone really well, and just trying to do your best in everything you can. So
I saw you were going through the drills with Macklin Celebrini, a couple Chicago Steel guys. What were you guys talking about these last couple of days here?
I mean, how the season went, just catching up, obviously. What school is like for him. I think he's someone I could learn a lot from, honestly, and I think we're pretty good friends, and just catching up, honestly.
And also curious, your second half was just explosive in terms of your production. I mean, what do you think was the biggest difference from the first half to the second half?
For me, I think it was just time, starting to get more comfortable and confident every single night, obviously with it somewhat being my first year still. I think it took me some time to figure out what worked and what didn't, honestly, and just felt a lot more confident in that second half and felt like I was getting better every single night, honestly.
Yeah, I spoke to you in November, and you said you were still sort of recovering with the shoulder. And so, do you feel like that whole off season that you were really getting rehab and stuff really helped you late in the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think feeling comfortable with the shoulder, especially, was a big piece of it for me. But at the same time, it's not easy to step into your first 30 games of junior and do what you expect to do right away. I think there's definitely learning curves, and there was for me. And I mean, it just took some time, and I think it does for everyone, honestly.
Some of those things you improved in the second half?
I felt my play away from the puck got better as the year went on. I think that was something that my coaches were pretty hard on me about, and just taking more pride in doing the little things really helped me, honestly.
Michael, how many teams did you talk to?
31.
Did you take a note of who didn't interview you?
It was Tampa, but yeah.
Everybody needs a center.
Yeah. Who was the player that you really idolized growing up?
I mean, I would say as a kid, I really liked watching Sidney Crosby. I mean, as a young guy, watching what he was able to do the moment he stepped into the NHL is someone who was really fun to watch. But I mean, nowadays there's so many guys that are really enjoyable to watch.
Everyone talks about Celebrini's focus and intensity. As someone who was around him a lot, though, is there such a thing as, Celebrini unplugged, or what's he like when he's, not super focused on something at the rink?
I mean, obviously you got to know when to flip the switch, but he's an easygoing guy and someone who's easy to talk to, and just fun to be around, honestly.
Looking back 2 years, what went into your decision to not go to the OHL and go to Chicago instead?
I think just seeing what Chicago was doing, honestly, in the sense that really trying to build guys' games, not just to make an impact at the USHL level, but at the college level and at the NHL level. And that was something that was important to me. And at the same time, keeping that door open to go to school was something that I wanted to take a look at, and really liked once I got the chance to take a look at some schools.
What made you choose Michigan?
I think the trust I have in that coaching staff, first of all, and not only that, but what they've done with the guys that have gone through there, and how they've developed them. And a lot of those guys have made really big impacts at the NHL level, which is obviously what I want to do. So, yeah.
Have you had any talks with the Blackhawks?
Yeah, I talked to them this week, and it went well.
Have they done anything differently than other teams, or any interesting questions or anything?
No, it was a pretty relaxed meeting, and pretty simple stuff, so nothing too crazy.
Was there a particularly difficult question you faced in any of your interviews that you're like, wow, it kind of stumped you, or made you really have to think about it?
There was, would you rather be a pilot, a sniper, or a medic if you were drafted to the war one, which, I had to think about for a second, but other than that, nothing like too drastically stumping, yeah. No, that was actually Nashville, but yeah.
Also, just curious about what do you think is your best skill? What is your strongest trait?
I would say my skating. I think it allows me to do so many things in the game, whether it's challenging defensemen or creating time and space for myself and my teammates. Just something that allows me to be creative and play in a lot of situations in a game. I mean, it's hard to tell who's kind of in the crowd, but
actually.
talked to them a little bit earlier in the season, and